Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. It is I am, the one and only, Sonic the Hedgehog here. And once again, I am back for yet again for the likes of the Maxi Toys videos, as always. And ladies and gentlemen, welcome back for some more of Let's Play of Super Metroid for the Super Nintendo Entertainment System, or SNES for short, or for those of you who lived in Japan, well, Super Famicom. Or if I like to call it Metroid 3, because obviously this is the third entry in the series. So yeah, last time, we have essentially managed able to do quite a number of things when it comes to like backtracking, to able to actually find some more items, especially noticeable that we basically completed ourselves our first row of energy tanks as far as I'm aware. And on top of all that stuff though, I think that's about it basically. So today, for this video, is the fact that we're going to be able to move on to the next area in this game. But first off, let me go ahead and grab this missile expansion right here. So just in case we can able to actually just increase our, missile counts. So in some cases though, yeah, we're actually getting some more progress here. So now we're up to like 115 of these missiles now. So either way, so let's just go and go to the right section right here. So in some cases though, I believe we have almost nearly at the forms of a new area we can able to explore. So of course, before we go ahead and proceed to this, let me see what's down here, because I'm very curious to see what something usually is down there. Or in some cases though, it might actually contain nothing. So kind of pointless able to actually, oh wait. I know there might be something in there, but let me just go ahead and do this. Ah, shoot. Okay, come on. There we go. Ah, secret. Okay, so this will lead us to another missile expansion right here. So, nicely done. Even though you're able to learn about the forms of, try to do a mid-air jump, and then as a result, you have to instantly turn into a morph ball immediately. So just in case you can able to actually get that, the missile tank expansion, as far as I'm aware. So yeah, as you can tell, since we're going to be able to actually go through underwater most of our time. Well, the thing is though, since about the fact that we don't actually go ourselves our, the suit upgrades until we're able to make everything else a lot more smoother when it comes to walking underwater. Well, thankfully though, enjoying it in this video, hopefully we can able to actually find out as much as we can. So, yeah, let me just go ahead and go back, and hopefully we can able to continue things on by, well, thankfully we already able to actually equip the grappling beam, so just in case we can able to actually aim as exact angle shots. So just to ensure about the fact that if I don't miss any of my jumps and what have you. So yeah, there's not much else to say. So oh yeah, a few things I want to explain while this is going on. Today's date, of course, is the 9th of December today. In this case, in 2022 today. I was originally going to be able to try to mention something more details about the forms of, well, after the events of last night's, the Game Awards last night. But I was going to able to mention more details about that. But I think I should probably save that conversation until whenever I go back onto The Legend of Zelda this weekend. So relatively speaking, though, we'll able to save that conversation in that time. So as you can see, everything else is in... Why is my save room is not saving? Oh, wait a second. Everything else in this area was actually blacked out. So welcome, folks, into the next area in the game, which... I don't know what this place is actually called though, but if I have to gather, it might be something related to wrecked ship or something like that, or wrecked ship, as far as I'm meant to say for this point. So, anyway, so we can't do anything else at the moment because every single door has been shut completely. So we need able to find the specific area in order able to actually just to proceed to this point. So thankfully, multiple bombs will able to come into play. And exponentially, we can able to actually just to continue going downwards. And yeah, everything else is pretty much accounted for when it comes to likely finding, certain areas throughout. So anyways, let's just go ahead and go down here. And able to actually find, what the heck is up with these things? I suppose we should probably find things out and doing at some point if we somehow managed able to continue proceeding for this game, basically. So, and here we have a familiar eye door thingy right there, since some parts ago. But anyway, oh, it looks like we actually stumbled across the next boss fight, as far as I can tell, with all these blue flames and everything. So in some cases though, here we have ourselves the next boss in this game, which appears to be body forms of Phantoon, which, as far as I can tell, is actually a new foe or a new threat we need to take down. So in some cases though, all you have to really do is just the fact that once this eyeball decides to able to show up, basically I think it's your chance to able to actually shoot the missiles back at him. So yeah, that'll be the entire portion of this boss fight right here. And of course you can technically shoot those blue flames if you wanted to, in order able to actually get yourselves not only some more missiles back, but also some more health too. So relatively speaking though, if you get enough shots on him, then you could deal with this boss fight okay enough. Well, despite the fact that it's been about 2 days ago since I actually last played this for sure. So relatively speaking, no, there's not much else I can honestly try to ask for the sake of convenience, that is. So a few things I want to explain while this is going on, whilst I will take a break on the forms of discussing upon the game rewards for now, until specifically tomorrow. That apparently though, that one thing I think I forgot to mention about this specific stuff though. I have no idea why I say something a little bit opposite, but what I meant to say is the fact that, well, first off, we only got about 6 more days to go until specifically Sonic Prime on Netflix is going to be up on, well, obviously Netflix. However though, in tomorrow's case, that for those of you managed able to play Roblox, basically you would be able to actually access to today's, or the actual premiere episode, earlier on, like 5 days earlier than I expected. So, although unfortunately though, we haven't exactly access to, Roblox, just because I've heard about the game, but I've never actually played it before on my life, so as a result, I ended up just able to actually skip on it. So, but let's face it though, I always have to wait until when the actual day comes on Netflix, as far as I'm aware. So, anyway, so it looks like that Phantoon is almost down, so it's have to take care of, like, sometimes trying to dodge those blue flames can be unpredictable at times, but relatively speaking though, when you get the hang of it though, it might not be too difficult or anything, so, but I digress. So, anyway, so one thing I did not actually realize is the fact that obviously you already know that it's pretty obvious about the fact that you know how the fact that with Mario Kart 8 Deluxe DLC Wave 3 has already become existence. Well, potentially speaking about the fact the matter is though, there was that one little feature that I wasn't expecting to able to exist. That apparently though, we actually get ourselves our new free update, which did recently came out around the same time as in DLC Wave 3 for the sake of the forms of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. And apparently though, what I found out that, potentially speaking, there's actually the option that I think it's only exclusive to, not only in versus mode, but also certain online modes, which apparently there's actually a new custom items is now, featured in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, which as a result, it makes things a lot more of an interesting, feature to add it into the game. Oh, and by the way, since that, Phantoon is almost going to be fading away, this means he's dead. And there we go. So in addition about the fact that Phantoon has now been destroyed, or technically just vanquished and all that stuff, this also means the power of the wrecked ship has been powered back on. So this means you can now able to actually finally save your game into your safe room. And on top of that, everything else is all brightened up, meaning that all the lights have been activated, including certain little guys right here is now also activated too. So yeah, pretty cool. So that means we can now able to actually do some tons of stuff during the course of this area. So, but first off, let me go ahead and actually access to the map data. So in some cases though, this place is really short. So in some cases though, we can able to actually explore certain spots of wrecked ship, as far as I meant to say for this point. I do apologize if my commentary is a little bit iffy at this point today. I mean, mind you, about the fact that we've already discussed upon quite a number of things in the past few days, especially noticeable because, well, I've already mentioned about the fact that, well, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe apparently gets a custom items free update, which again is only accessible on versus races, including certain online modes. This means you can able to do all kinds of things with the actual items and stuff like that. So, like for instance, remember about the fact that back in the Wii U version of Mario Kart 8, that if you're in the lead, and then if you somehow managed able to obtain the item box, and then thinking to yourself that maybe you can able to actually get yourselves the best defense item, but apparently though you keep on getting coins. But luckily on the Switch version, where you can now do that thanks to the custom item selection on versus races, and especially noticeable with certain online matches and stuff like that. Well, at least if you assume that you were able to play the actual mode within multiplayer and stuff like that. However though, this will not affect on Grand Prix mode sadly, but I guess that's probably essentially be the case, able to make things an ultimate challenge or something, but I digress. Here's another Super Missile expansion right here. So I think we are, I don't know about you, but I'm pretty sure about the fact that I don't know if I actually lost count of how much missile tanks that we actually gone through, but relatively speaking though, is the fact that I think we're almost done with this basically, so it's just, well, as you can tell, that we've almost wasted all of these regular missiles after that particular Phantoon boss fight, but regardless of such though, we actually did this no problem, so anywho though, so, and there's another super missile just right up there, so yeah, nothing far from here, so anywho, so talking of which though, when it comes to the forms of the coin system for the sake of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, for the Switch anyway, that if you think you're basically done collecting coins for the sake of the forms of getting every single card parts and stuff like that, well, now you can, because it's especially noticeable that, well, if you somehow take out the coin selection on the actual custom items mode selection, well, you can just simply don't need to worry about the forms of keep on getting coins from the item box every single time if you're in the lead, or if you're in second place, and you name the rest. So I'm very appreciative about the fact that they did at least fix that, so yeah, that's saying something. So anyway, so we got ourselves another missile expansion, and by the way, we need to dodge those thwomp-like spike little things right there, because if you ever dare touch those spikes right there, basically you're gonna get hit a lot, or even in some cases though, your health drains quickly. So, as a result, well, there's not much else you can say about it, so alright, so let's go ahead and save my game quickly, and we can able to continue where we left off. So, anyway, another thing I would like to explain is the fact that for certain Christmas movies, as far as I'm aware, released in 2002 anyway, I do know for one thing in mind, for those of you are the Winnie the Pooh fans out there, basically, Very Merry Pooh Year is actually, well, 20 years old recently. So because of this though, I do remember that particular special from the VHS days. Mind you, it's been donkey's years since I actually last seen it, although thankfully it's now on Disney Plus though now, but I will admit though right away that, in the end portion of Winnie the Pooh, A Very Merry Pooh Year, for some reason, what I found was a little bit odd is the fact that, well, on that little resolutions or New Year's resolution scene, where basically Pooh, Piglet, Tigger, and Eeyore managed able to change their roles of their personality. Like, for instance, in Tigger and Piglet segment, where Piglet decides to able to bounce, and then Tigger was all frightened, and then as a result, yeah, it's so weird. And also, same applies with Pooh has been behaving like Eeyore, but Eeyore actually act out like Pooh Bear, where he eats honey, which I know it sounds a bit strange though, whenever I look back on it though, but yeah, it's just the fact that I just found it a little bit weird these days now, especially noticeable after so used to with the forms of a traditional personality with those characters in mind. And also another final weird thing about it is the fact that whenever when, even though it's hard to explain, because I know for the fact that, again, it's been such a very long time since I actually seen that, specific, movie special. Well, mind you, it also includes the, Winnie the Pooh and Christmas 2 as one of those, short segments. Well, mind you, because of the forms of, telling the story of the flashback of, well, you know what I'm saying. So, anyway, oh, and also about the fact that, well, I will have to admit it though, I will say, unhappy anniversary of the another Christmas movie, which is roughly in the same year, as in, Winnie the Pooh, A Very Merry Pooh Year. And that's what appears to be 8 Crazy Nights, which it features Adam Sandler on here. And let me tell you, 20 years later, when that film did usually came out in 2002, I think it's easily one of the worst holiday specials or worst Christmas specials I've ever seen, but it's also one of the weakest movies I've ever watched, period. Like, I cannot believe, well, I've seen the actual footage of it, and I cannot even believe how unfunny it is. Like, as far as I'm aware, they did actually receive a lot of negative reviews with the films of 8 Crazy Nights, because I just can never for the life of me cannot stand. Not only did Adam Sandler manage able to do one voice, which is fine enough, but he did 3 character voices, which that's pretty crazy. And on top of that, my god, the forms of that particular one of those actors' voice, it's so cringed. Like, I don't know what do I usually explain about this. I mean, surely about the fact the matter is though, it's just the fact that I will not think about that god-awful Christmas movie, which is of course 8 Crazy Nights, again, because, well, that film really blows. Especially considering how the fact that, well, 4 people who managed able to wrote the film, and you probably already know what I'm talking about. And in fact, let me know in the comments down below, for the question of the day, what was your opinions of 8 Crazy Nights after when, well, 20 years has been passed? Do you like it, or do you absolutely despise it? For me, I think it's really over-exaggerating with the forms of that whiny voices and stuff like that. Or, if I like to call it, one of the worst holiday, or one of the worst Christmas specials I've ever seen, next to, Star Wars Holiday Special, because, yeah, that special also blows too. So, but that's just me. Anyway, so, it looks like this place is going to be super generous with all these pickups, as far as I already noticed from the start. Like, obviously, we already got one of those, missile expansions from earlier ago, and, also we got one, which is just about, well, a few seconds earlier. So, now we just need to able to get the heck out of there, for the sake of the forms of trying to able to just, trying to break out, and stuff like that, before we, move on to some other locations we can able to explore. So, but yeah. Oh, and another thing too is the fact that apparently though, when it comes to the forms of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, that I do found out for one thing in mind, that you can able to actually realize that whenever I did look up on information about this recently, that it looks like about the fact the matter is though, is just, well, I know it's hard to explain because I know for a fact it's been quite a few days, but either way though, I did somehow manage to find this out, that Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 will be James Gunn's last MCU, in his case Marvel Cinematic Universe movie, as he heads over to lead the DC Universe. So, as a result, yeah, it's gonna be quite emotional looking send-off, especially noticeable that, also, seems like Rocket is a goner thoughts, so, yeah, there might be seems a little bit, I don't know, quite emotional when we see that happening, but, either way though, it's just, things has to move on sometimes. And what the heck is going on here? I almost first thought my, game has been soft-locked. Oh, wait a minute. That JoJo statue was actually gonna be... Awaken? Hey, why is he taking me? I know he's trying to say... I know he's trying to do something, but... Oh my lord. We're actually going down the staircase? Oh wow. I wasn't expecting to see that happening, but well, it looks like we now actually access to a different part of wrecked ship, and from here, you know what? Let's pick this up. So in this case, we got ourselves the gravity suit, which this allows you to able to like get a proper walk sequence, or should I say, we can now able to explore in underwater without needing to worry about the slow speed of your walking and stuff like that, which is always a massive appreciation, especially because considering how the fact that, well, relatively speaking though, that we can now able to actually like, well, it's hard to tell really, but before we continue with this though, not only do we get ourselves the actual missile expansion right here, but also I get the strong sense of feeling that we might able to actually also get something beyond that, but either way though, I'm also able to investigate that at some form or another, but either way though, let's just go ahead and head back for a quick moment right there, so but, yeah, that's as far as I can usually try to explain about this. And, also on top of all that stuff, though, is the fact that both recently, both Mighty and Ray are both almost trying to finishing up with the forms of, Super Mario Bros. 3. But, mind you, about the fact that the world they've got into right now is, World 4. So, relatively speaking, though, they pretty much almost at the halfway point of the game so far. So, yeah, there's not much else to say, really. And, one thing I found is a little bit strange, though, is the fact that whenever I looked upon the actual Let's Play of, Sonic 06, of, Cap King 74, that apparently, though, he did somehow manage able to, like, well, generally about the fact the matter is, though, is the fact that he, managed to able to actually got, 2 parts of Sonic's story so far, and on top of that, he did somehow manage to able to get started with Silver's story, during the course of, oh, wait a second, I need to run up and, oh, dang it, I was a little bit unpredictable for that timing right there. There we go, and blast it all the way up, and there we go. So now we can able to, whoa, ah! Oh, come on! Oh, wall jump for the win! Oh, wait, that was pretty close. Especially I almost gonna get myself screwed over, because if I, fell all the way down through, that way we're gonna have to able to restart this entire sequence again. But anyway, that item we've got is another reserve tank, so good thing to know that we've actually just gotten that, so pretty swell if I managed able to got this. So anyways, let's go ahead and proceed to the next area. So, although I highly doubt that I would like to able to actually come back into this, or maybe, I don't know, it has been quite a few days since I actually just somehow managed able to, you know what I mean, going back into this game since, you know, as I said, since 2 days ago, because again, I would have loved to able to actually mention something related to the Game Awards today, but I should probably save that until when I get back to The Legend of Zelda, so, well, there's a room we haven't explored yet. So let's see what we got here. Well, the good thing we've got the gravity suit before we get to this room, because, well, it seems pretty obvious that we actually did somehow walk underwater almost. And of course, some more traps like spikes, including some flump-like spikes, obstacles there. So, yeah, the more you touch those spikes, they can really become a lot painful, especially if you go standing right underneath those little flump-like spike platforms. So, and also be careful of those sparks from here, because that will also hurt you. So, yeah, just keep that in mind. And I think this is the way we're gonna continue things on, but before we do with all that stuff though, I need to make sure I need to double check on something. Oh, there's a secret up there, so we'll just go up there and to see what's beyond, and yep, we do need wrecking and missiles to open it. So pretty swell if we're able to pull this out, or just trying to navigate for the specific stuff. and trying to deal with the forms of more grappling beam to able to make it for this point. So we can essentially just time our jumps, avoid any of the water, and there we go, another energy tank. And this means that will increase into my health, and also we now got ourselves our second row. So yeah, pretty cool, huh? And I think we've almost done with the forms of those energy tanks, despite I keep on getting hit sometimes. Well, mind you, because I just want to get this thing, I just want to get some stuff moving and going. Oh, and by the way, something I honestly forgot to mention about is the fact that, well, obviously since about a week ago, that Mario Plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope, the Japanese release of the game, has recently came out, for the sake of, like, since a week ago, like I said earlier. But apparently though, for those of you who lived in Japan, that game is actually known as Mario Plus Rabbids Galaxy Battle. That's because of how the fact that it takes place in the actual space environment where this game takes place on, or that particular game takes place on, in the title screen or in the title, for the sake of the forms of Galaxy Battle, for like, you know, going into outer space and see some sparks like Luma-like rabbits and stuff. And yes, I do found out that, yeah, they all voiced in Japanese language on the Japanese version of Mario Plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope, or Mario Plus Rabbids Galaxy Battle. Which, that reminds me about the fact that in the original game calls it Kingdom Battle, well, specifically Mario Plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle, but in the Japanese version of the game of Mario Plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope, it just calls it, well, Mario Plus Rabbids Galaxy Battle, which is pretty interesting, all things considered, in my opinion. So, and as I said, they all voice Japanese in the Japanese version of the game. Well, usually, relatively speaking, only for Bebo, alongside with the forms of Rabbid Mario, Rabbid Luigi, Rabbid Peach, Rabbid Rosalina, and especially noticeable with the forms of Edge as well. Mind you about the fact that it's pretty much unchanged for Mario, Luigi, Peach, and Bowser. So I'm very curious about the fact that until when the third DLC pack for you know, Mario Plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope, that if Rayman do have the Japanese voice, then I'm actually very curious about that. But we shall see until by that time, until in 2023, alongside with the forms of the new story or chapter for, we're actually going to think about it, the new story and playable characters for the sake of Sonic Frontiers, so. But I digress though, so we'll just go ahead and, blast through here with the actual multiple bombs right here, and we can just simply just continue things on from here. And of course we need the power bombs to able to open this door up. And we got ourselves another elevator, so this will pretty much lead us to, I would classify for saying the next area we can able to actually explore through. Could it be something new? Well, it might as well be, like, entirely brand new we can able to explore through. Like, this entire environment is entirely new. So, seems all murky around here, but I'm sure enough we can able to explore well enough as it goes by, so. And after all, this place is filled to the brim with a lot of water these days, so potentially speaking though, that since that we got ourselves the gravity suit, this means it'll make everything else a little bit more easier to manage, so. Alright, save has been completed, and we can just continue things on from here. But, yeah, not much else to talk about. Alright, so, let's see what's going on in here. Just some more of those usual enemies around here. Gotta say, I really like the music in this place though, it's almost like atmospheric, so. Alright, so let's go ahead and go for those. Oh, jeez. I totally forgot about those enemies. They just somehow just almost trying to ambush me somehow. But at least we did somehow ignore these guys at once. Oh yeah, and another thing too, that it's kind of unfortunate about the fact that no matter what though, Yuji Naka just somehow once again got arrested just recently, since about 2 days ago, which is roughly the same day as in, you know, when Super Smash Bros. Ultimate came out. And this time around, though, it might be something to do with the fact, the matter is, though, is the fact that, well, according to the Japanese news outlet, Ashuri, by way of VGC, Naka has been arrested again for the second insider trading charge. Naka logically purchased about 120,000 shares worth about 144.7 million yen of developer A-Team prior to the announcement of their partnership with Square Enix to develop Final Fantasy VII The First Soldier, which... I don't know about you guys, but I'm pretty sure about the fact that he's actually going to be a little bit rough around the edges at this point in time for, you know, not only for its arrestment, but also just anything else for this year. It just feels a bit mixed bag in my opinion. But, I digress. So... And also, one last thing is the fact that, well, as you can probably tell about the fact that, again, I will admit though, I apologize for my commentary is a little bit iffy at this point because, well, it's most likely because I haven't gotten that much sleep today. Well, most likely because about the fact the matter is though, is just, well, I'm just a little bit too anxious about the forms of, what the heck is going on with, Yuji Naka at this point, especially because, well, everything else about this year so far for me, though, just feels a bit mixed bag as a result. But then again, I'll let Maxi will mention more about it until when he goes back on to, like, well, until whenever we get to the final, the true final day of 2022 for sure. I mean, nothing horrible or anything, it's just that it has some very questionable choices as far as in comparison to other years I experienced so far, but that's just the way how it is as far as I'm usually concerned with that, you know, different opinions on certain things, and it just happens most of the time, so, like, it just happens, you know? So, I guess there's not much else I can say, because, again, not much else to be able to mention about, you know, other stuff at the moment, but again, as I promised you, I will discuss more details until tomorrow, so yeah. And I'm still having a lot of fun with my my iPhone XR at the moment, because, well, despite it's a bit weird to get used to at first, but when you get the hang of it though, it might not be too bad in my opinion, so anyway, so here we have this room right here, and we need to use this guy for something that's very important. That, as you can see, he did somehow get rid of these little weird block stuff, so that could be pretty useful for one thing. Even though we were not supposed to able to meant to go there yet, according to the forms of certain consumers. So as a result, though, I just love doing some sequence breaking, especially how, you know how cool the wall jumping is to me, though. So, in some cases though, that's as far as I can try to explain about the forms of that particular situation, so... Alright, so this might take a bit of while, but if you accidentally killed this guy, basically I don't think there's any progressioning for you, so... Anyway, so it looks like every single block has been down, so yeah, we'll just kill him. And we can able to continue things on from here. I think what we're gonna do is that after we go for this room, and also trying to obtain the next Chozo statue item we get, I think we'll probably get out endings off for that point. So, in some cases, we got the Spring Ball, the returning upgrade from the likes of Metroid 2. So yeah, I'll discuss more details on that until next Monday. So, anyway, so join me next time for more of Let's Play of Super Metroid. That is the fact that we'll continue exploring through the rest of this new area that is actually introduced in this game. So, yeah, not much else to say about this, so I'll see you guys on Monday.